everybody, how's it going? This is Matt from SnusCentral.org and SnusTV.com. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today and enjoying some great snus. I have two more for you. These are awesome snoozes, guys. Add them to your list now. Today we're going to be talking about the new crafted Snus Whisky by Conny Andersson. This guy is super famous for his snoozes he released. You guys may know him from his previous release, Islay Whiskey Snus from GN Tobacco. Well, since then, he's moved on to AG Snus and created this masterpiece. So, let's take a look at the cans, let's look at the portions, and tell you a little bit more about how these stack up against Islay Whiskey Snus. So before I jump into the can review on this guy and talk a little bit more about the portions, I want to tell you a little bit more about the tobaccos used in this wonderful blend of snus. Now we have 6 full lamina tobaccos in this snus. Now these are all full leaf tobaccos with no filler. So this is premium to a T, guys. This is made with 6 different tobaccos, and they are Indisk Cornul, which is a light air-cured tobacco from India. We have Amerinask Green River, or One Sucker. That's from Lancaster here in the U.S. It's also known as Green River, and it's an ecological Amish tobacco with a strong nicotine content, flavors of hay, chocolate, and dried fruit. We also have Guatemala Light Air Cured, which is grown in a clay-rich soil, and it has a high nicotine content as well. And then we have Spanish Air Cured, which is a Spanish tobacco. That's more of a lightweight tobacco with the flavors of chocolate and light fruitiness. Then we move on to the Metanorte, which is a cigar tobacco that's fermented with sweet chocolate, and it's an unpolished tobacco flavor. So it's a very straightforward cigar type of flavor in that Metanorte. And then we move on to, in my opinion, which is the star of this tobacco, and it's never been used in a snus before, which is Latakia. And Latakia is a classic pipe tobacco from yellow cypress, and it's very smoky and rich flavor. That stuff is phenomenal. When I used to smoke a pipe, I always used to get a Latakia blend of pipe tobacco because I loved the smoky, heavy-hitting flavor. And even though there's, a very small amount of Latakia in this blend of snus, you can definitely taste it and pick up on the smokiness, and it's a joy that it's in there. So, what's really interesting too about the Metanorte and Latakia that's in crafted snus whiskey is that they are aged in the Glenfarclas barrels for 2 weeks, absorbing the flavors of the Speyside whiskey in those barrels into the snus and weaving in and out of those flavors. So you're definitely going to get a lot of complex whiskey flavors in here, as well as the tobacco flavors. They shine very well together, I gotta say. Let's talk about the whiskey that's used in this. Crafted Snus Whiskey is with a famous whiskey. Conny Andersson chose to use Glenfarclas 10-year-old, which is a Speyside whiskey in the lowland or the highlands of Scotland by Ballindock, Scotland. So it's a very nice whiskey. You get a lot of oak from the Highland whiskeys, and they are very fruity and just a really enjoyable scotch. If you've never had Glenfarclas, I would highly suggest picking up a bottle and pairing it to crafted snus. There's a lot of complexities that'll come out in between the two as you use them. This snus is pasteurized compared to Islay Whiskey Snus, which is fermented. And the tobaccos used in Islay Whiskey, you got 4 different tobaccos here. You have Nicaraguan, Pennsylvania tobacco, South African tobacco, and a Ghana tobacco. And the whiskey that's used in Islay Whiskey is a Balmore 12-year. And some of those tobaccos that are used in Islay whiskey are also barrel aged in those Balmore barrels. So you get a lot of complexities there in this flavor. So Conny really knows how to masterfully create a snus that has a load of flavor and complexity, and he knows how to do it in a craft artisan way. So I applaud you for that, Conny. Now, Islay whiskey is also made with 100% Lamina tobaccos. No filler in these as well, so you definitely know that this is a premium snus right out of the gate. Let's jump right into the can design with Crafted Snus Whisky. Look at this can, guys. This is a gorgeously crafted can. Look at the scroll work and the floral patterns. Up top, you have the AG shield with the 2 lions, the crown, the 2 tobacco leaves, and then some really nice scroll work there. And then you can see up here it says blended by C. Andersson or Conny Andersson. Then you have really nice raised font here with Crafted Snus Whisky in that tasteful font. Single malt white, designating that this is the white portion snus. And this is in a really cool white can. Around the side on the seal, you have that nice floral pattern with Crafted Snus Whisky all around. And then when you move on to the label, it looks like a stamp, like a tax stamp or an import label. It's really cool looking. It says premium quality snus, 100% Lamina, small batch snus. You have the product number, the format, which is portion, Conny Andersson's signature, and then it's made in the old traditional craft style. And then over here, you have the portion designation, which is white, and then it says crafted by AG Snus Whiskey Single Malt. And on the back, you're going to have your traditional Swedish warning label, your made and expiration date, as well as your ingredients. Really nice can. And when you move on over to the original portion, it's that really nice copper sort of brown tint to it with the same information all around the can. Just gorgeous to look at. These are very photogenic too. I have a lot of pictures posted on my Facebook if you guys want to get those and use them as wallpapers or computer backgrounds because they work quite well. So you can take a lot of really cool photos with this snus. Moving on over to the Islay whiskey, let's take a look at that one. This is gorgeously designed as well from G&T Tobacco. It has that nice scrollwork pattern around the Islay whiskey snus font there. And then it says a Swedish premium snus with guaranteed satisfaction. Around the side, you get that same really cool floral pattern with the GN seal with the 2 griffins on there. It's really nice. With the tag stamp on this one, it's very beautifully done in the artwork. Really nice coloration going on there. And then it basically has the same information with the format, the batch number, Conny's signature, the made in old traditional craft style, as well as 100% Lamina small batch snus. And then on the back of this one, you still get your Swedish warning label, your made and expiration date, as well as the ingredients. Really cool can. Now these are all full metal tins or cans, and they are nicely designed and made. If you compare the 2 cans, the Islay Whiskey Snus can is a little bit thicker of a can, so it's going to hold up to more pocket wear and abuse, to where the Crafted Snus Whisky is still done very nicely, but it can get dented up a little bit. Let me see here. I think on this one here, it has a dent on the back. So you will get a little bit of denting in these cans, but I don't mind that as much. I think it adds character to this snus. It makes it look retro, antique, and craft. So it's a really nicely designed can. I like it quite a bit. As far as the catch lids, as you guys can notice, there's no catch lids on the top or the bottom. They are actually tucked inside. Let me pop this open. As you can see here, this one's on the inside, and I don't know if I have snus over in here. Nope, I don't. So, whoops. So yeah, as you can see, the catch lid is on the inside, very nicely done. A little bit thinner of plastic than on the Islay, So let's open that real quick and take a look at the Isla one. Really nice pop on that seal. Looking at the Isla Whiskey Snus one, it's a hinged catch lid just like your Crafted. And you could fit, some pretty good portions in here. Probably about 3 or 4, maybe 5. You could only fit about 3 in the Crafted Snus though. But yeah, very nice catch lid on the inside of this one. Very nicely done. Let's pop each and every one of these open and take a look at the portions. There's the white. We have the original, which I'm almost out of, and the Isla Whiskey Snus Original. So, as you guys can tell, they are very different portion, feel, and look. If you look at the white, you can tell here that it's a very nicely done portion. You don't get a lot of irritation with these in the upper lip. They're very nice and soft going in, and they don't have any irritation in the slightest. The only thing is that these are a little bit dry, but I'll get back to that in a minute when I go on to the full review. But look at that. Very plump, a lot of tobacco in here. These are sitting at a 1 full gram weight on each portion, and you get 20 portions per can of the white and the original. Let's look at the original here. The original is super moist. Let me get this camera to focus. All right, so taking a look at this portion, you can definitely tell it's very nice and moist. And there's plenty of tobacco in this guy as well. Very nice and plump, very comfortable in the upper lip. These are probably some of the more moist portions that's on the market today. And I gotta say, it's very nice. It gets those flavors released very quickly. Still sitting at a full 1 gram weight of tobacco in this portion. And like I said, you get 20 portions in the original. Now, if you compare it to the Isla Whiskey portion, you can see that these are a little bit dry. And that never used to be the case with Isla Whiskey. They tend to dry out later on in the production of this snus. But these are sitting at a full 1 gram weight as well. You get about 20, maybe 22 portions in these cans if you're lucky. If you look at it compared to the Crafted, you can definitely tell that the Crafted is a lot more moist than the Isla Whiskey portion. But these definitely get juiced up in the mouth pretty quickly as well, and the flavors released pretty fast. So that's a look at the portions and the can designs. Let's go ahead and pop in one of the Crafted Snus Whiskeys, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the flavor profile. Flavor profile on Crafted Snus Whisky. I gotta say, guys, as soon as you pop this in, your palate is gonna explode with a complexity of flavors. And this is just simply amazing stuff. Connie, I gotta say, you hit a home run with this snus. This has got to be the best whiskey snus on the market, in my opinion, and it's only second to your famous Isla Whiskey snus. When you pop this in, you are going to get a deep, rich, earthy, roasted tobacco flavor. This is unlike anything I've ever tried, again, second to Isla Whiskey. This stuff is so complex, guys. You're going to be just diving into this can and unlocking more and more flavors each time you put a portion in. And the longer you put it in, the more those flavors weave in and out. So what I'm tasting in this snus is a wonderful, just symphony, you could say, of flavors. You're going to get really nice, deep tobacco flavor with some smokiness there, and that's from the Latakia. Then it dives into the Glenfarclas, which is front and center in the flavor profile of this snus. As soon as you pop it in, you definitely get that whiskey flavor. It is great. You also get hints of oak, some walnut and almond tones, as well as some nice dark chocolate. Man, this stuff is great. Also, I wanted to mention too the Meta Norte that's in here. And the Latakia that is actually aged in the Glenfarclas barrels for 2 weeks blends very well together. The Meta Norte is a great cigar tobacco, and you can definitely get those hints of a really rich cigar. This is something that I was definitely looking for when I first started using Swedish snus. And man, this has surpassed my favorite snus that's on the market right now, which is Scroof Original Portion. Conny, you did it. You dethroned my favorite snus on the market, and you replaced it with this masterpiece. I cannot stress how good this stuff is. You need to pick up a couple cans or a roll of each of these. Now this does come in the white and original portion. I gotta say, they're both masterfully crafted. The original portion, as soon as you pop it in, it's very nice and moist. It gets juicing up in the mouth very quickly. No shortage of flavor as soon as you pop it in. And the white does take a little bit longer for those flavors to develop. But once they do, like I said, it's very complex and very nice. Now, Conny did mention that he's going to up the moisture content in the white portion just a little bit higher to get those flavors releasing a little bit faster and to make these not as dry. I have the white portion in, and right now it's pretty close to a dry portion. But the originals, if you love original portions, this is going to be the original portion you want to go to on a daily basis. Man, I can't stress it enough. It's good. So this is a great snus, not only every day, but for on special occasions. Just like your Islay Whiskey snus, you could pull either one of these out on special occasions like you would with a great whiskey like Glenfarclas, Ardbeg, or Glenfiddich. You could pull any of those out on a special occasion and use them with this snus, and it would pair very nicely. So if you're going to a wedding or a special event, this is definitely the snus you want to bring with you. Now, comparing it to Islay Whiskey snus, I gotta say, these are two separate beasts. You have the Islay Whiskey snus here, which is flavored with Bowmore 12, which is an Islay Whiskey snus. Now, Islay Whiskey snoozes, or Islay Whiskey whiskeys, I should say, getting tongue-tied a little bit. Islay Whiskey is different. Is a different flavor profile in that island region of Scotland. What this really provides to this snus is a deep, smoky character that you're only going to find paired with Islay Whiskey. Comparing it to the crafted snus whiskey, the Glenfarclas that's in here is a Speyside region whiskey. Speysides are more oak front and forward. They're more fruity and floral in their flavors. So these are two separate beasts. And even though this has a Highlands whiskey in it, it's still very flavorful. The Islay is going to be just a little bit stronger of a smoky flavor than the crafted, but they're balanced quite well in between the two as far as smokiness goes. Would I say I would choose one over the other? I don't think so. They both hold their own as a craft snus, and it's hard to choose from sometimes which one I want over the others. But I gotta say, in my personal opinion, crafted snus whiskey beats out Islay. But it doesn't mean that this is a better snus than Islay at all. They're two different beasts, and you have to try them to decide which one you like better than the other. I highly suggest picking up a roll of either one of these snoozes from Conny because they're a great option. Flavor profile is going to last you anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half, and it doesn't trail off in the slightest. Like I said, you're going to unlock more and more flavors longer this snus is in. The nicotine strength, on the other hand, if you think this is going to be a weak snus, don't worry about it. It has plenty of free nicotine in here, and the nicotine content is sitting at 1.1%. Now, in my personal opinion, I think that's a perfect nicotine strength, but Conny did mention that he's going to up the nicotine content in batch 2 to about 1.3%. A little bit more nicotine can't hurt anybody, right? And especially in this crafted snus, he's doing a great job, and I don't doubt him. I don't doubt his judgment, I should say, with these snoozes. So Conny, add more nicotine in there. Go ahead and do it, man. It's not going to hurt. But yeah, these are gorgeous cans. It's a great flavor. And compared to Isla Whiskey, they make a great combo. And you should get either one of these. They're that good. So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I love talking great snus with you guys. And as always, if you guys want to stay connected in the world of snus, head on over to our SnusCentral.org page. Read the latest articles we have over there. We have articles, ranging from everything. Snus reviews to the latest snus news, everything in between. And James Martin, actually, from Inside Vaping, he's a tobacco harm reduction analyst, and he actually posted an article over there at SnusCentral.org on Odin's Double Mint. Check that out. It's a great article. And if you guys want to stay further connected in the world of snus, be sure to head on over to our Facebook page and Instagram page. We have awesome resources over there as well. If you guys want to pick up some snus gear, head on over to snusgear.com and check out a myriad of products that we carry over there. Everything to fit your snus lifestyle. And I want to thank each and every one of our subscribers we have on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching the reviews, for giving them a thumbs up, for sharing them, and for the nice comments too. I really appreciate that. So, thank you for all the new subscribers and to everybody that's staying subscribed to SnusCentral.org and the channel. So thank you very much, guys. And until next time, enjoy good snus. See you on the next one.